Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I'm the Mysterious JG. Started recording this video and kind of realized that I wanted to do a few things to get set up. Because for those of you who stepped out for a lot of the Vio Infinito stuff, and even for those of you who didn't, we're finally returning to the story and are going to push through the story through to the end of the game. As I've mentioned periodically throughout, my initial plan, which I am still intend to follow, was to play through the game, give the awesome sphere to the New Yevon party, and then get the quote bad ending. And then I was going to play through the game again, hopefully much faster. Possibly, I might stop doing one new video a day and just do a second playthrough that isn't as many videos, but I'm not rushing them out as much, so that I can off-screen and do stuff with Creature Creator or whatever. And maybe at the end of the second playthrough go into showing off Creature Creator stuff. But yeah, the second playthrough I was going to do much faster because, amongst other things, I'll have access to Iron Duke. So I want you to check. I want you to check something out here. Well, anyway, before I get into that, the idea is to go through a second time, give the sphere to the Youth League to see what that changes, and then get the quote perfect ending. There's a bad ending, a good ending, and a perfect ending. The perfect ending is just the good ending with one bonus cinematic post credits. So it's basically you get the bad ending and then you can get the good ending. And the perfect ending you have to get 100% completion. So there's no point in getting the good ending on one playthrough and then getting the perfect ending on another playthrough. I'm going to get the bad ending first. And so we're getting ready to go back in and actually play through the story and finish Act 5 and finish the story. The ultimate threat to Spira in this game is, in fact, Shuyin and Vegnagun. And we are going to, in Act 5, put an end to that threat and save Spira. I hope. I mean, I guess I shouldn't spoil it, but that's certainly what we're trying to do. That being said, you'll see that our party members are in their normal default dress spheres: Gunner, Thief, and Warrior. What I've done is now I've got like the Iron Duke. That's the accessory you get for defeating Trema, the ultimate super boss in the original version of the game, before Final Fantasy X-2 gave us the Creature Creator mode, which basically lends itself to building up new super bosses. Although really there's only, I think, two quasi-super bosses. Otherwise it's just based on stuff that's already in the game. So I got the Speed Bracer. And if you were to unequip it, it doesn't change your stat. It gives you auto haste. It doesn't change any of your stats. Doesn't even increase agility. So, and Ribbon is the same. It gives you status element immunity. Doesn't change your agility. So I've given everyone Speed Bracer and a Ribbon, except I only have 2 ribbons. One of them I got from off-screening with that Creature Creator mode. The other one you saw me get in the LP as a reward for completing a puzzle in Chapter 3. So I gave Speed Bracer and Ribbon to everyone except Pain, who has Smooth Sailing, which I believe is Ribbon plus Auto Slow. But I think the Speed Bracer should cancel that out. If it doesn't, I might make her susceptible to status ailments and do something else with her slot. But no, you'll notice that for the first time in a while, I'm not using the hit point doubling accessories. I'm not using something that gives auto protect and shell. I'm not using the Adamantite, which basically maxes out magic, defense, and defense. And I'm not using the Iron Duke, but I kind of want you to see what it would do to her stats. So you can see what unit stats are. She's got, as a gunner at level 99, she has just under 3,000 hit points, a little over 100 magic points. Strength is 137, and accuracy is 132, because her gun attacks are considered physical attacks. So she has high accuracy and strength. Everything else is under 100. If you equip the Adamantite, her agility is at 57. It goes down by 30, which, since her agility is not that great to begin with, it's basically halving it. But as you can see, it doubles her hit points, and her defense goes from 59, and her magic defense goes from 259 to 179 to 179, which means it's basically adding 120 to her defense. And that's why if you're in like a mascot dress sphere, which already has really high stats, you're maxing out your defense. Iron Duke, on the other hand, boom. it's adding, instead of 120 to defense and magic defense, it's adding 100. But it's also adding 100 to strength, 100 to magic, 100 to accuracy. It's adding 10 to agility. It's adding 100 to evasion. I think it's adding 50 to luck. So your agility goes up by 10, your luck goes up by 50, but everything else goes up by 100. It also doubles your hit points and your magic points. So, fortune and belief that power is but a number. Yeah, the Iron Duke kind of breaks your stats for anything normal game. With stats like that, there's not a whole lot that can threaten Gun or Yuna in the normal game. You got to be fighting, you know, optional bosses and shit before Yuna would be threatened. And it's possible to get multiple Iron Dukes through the Creature Creator mode by going through the toughest tournaments over and over. And the strategies for beating the Final Fantasy X-2 International Edition's Ultimate Super Boss, which I've never actually fought before, often involve having a party. They don't even suggest you use Yuna, Riku, and Pain. They suggest you use created creatures. But the created depending on whether you have 1, 2, or 3 created creatures in your party, they basically want you to equip them with 2 Iron Dukes each. So it gets a little silly. But that being said, I'm going to try just playing through. We are at level 99 for all of our characters, but I'm going to try playing through with just auto haste because I like it, and status ailment immunity, and not make them immune to any type of damage, and not boost their stats to the roof, and see how that goes. Garment grid, I gave all of them. I didn't want to use higher power. Well, for one thing, without this hit point doubling stuff and without using mascot, they wouldn't break the HP limit anyway. So I went with Supreme Light, which gives us everyone has white magic, which is nice because it means I can get Protect and Shell. And also you can get Auto Life, which can be handy if I find that I've handicapped myself too much and made things more challenging than I meant to. The one thing we're going to do before we get on with the story, because I've been waiting for a while for a specific cinematic I remember to pop, and it just refuses to pop, and I don't know if it's New Game only, New Game Plus only, or if it's just something that I just didn't do the prerequisites for, because I don't know what the prerequisites are. But I've definitely in the past had a cinematic with Yuna and Riku talking about what adventures await them next after this is all done. And I cannot get it to pop. I swear I saw it. But anyway. I wonder what I haven't talked to them since we finished off Trema. I like the old uni and the new uni, so don't you let go of either one. Yeah, never let go. Honk, honk. Sorry, that's a reference to... There was a time not too long ago when I might have agreed with Trema. Then I noticed he's a fucking zombie. So, I am curious if we have any hotspots left. Okay. The Bavel hotspot goes away. Are we the paragons of butt-kicking Wakka wings? Vegnagun will be no problem. Right. No, that's correct. Pretty much Vegnagun is not going to be a problem. I mean, if I equipped my best gear, the kind of layout I used to fight Trema, yeah, Vegnagun would be toast. But alright, let's actually continue the story.
Made up your mind? Where will jump in?
It's been a while since the dialogue that we are following up on with Brother happened, but back at the beginning of Act 5, we determined that in order to get to stop Shuyan and Vegnagun, who, Shuyan seems to have taken Vegnagun, or Vegnagun took itself and Shuyan followed it, to the far plane, because it's a physical place in this game, which isn't kind of how we used to think of it. There was this weird place in Guado Salam that everyone except the Al-Bed believed allowed you to commune with creatures on the far plane, but it wasn't presented as a place you can go. In this game, it's a place you can go. So, yeah, the Vegnagun is on the far plane, and Nuge and Gipple have followed it there. So they're literally wandering around in the afterlife, trying to get back Barrel Eye and or defeat Shuyin. And we've decided that the way to get there is to jump through one of the holes that appeared when the statues of the Faith were destroyed. When Yuna fought the Aeons, which had inexplicably turned against her. And I hope you've been paying attention to the dialogue concerning the Aeons being turned against her, because I don't remember that ever gets explained. There may be something in passing where Shuyin is using his power to control the Aeons too. I don't really remember that happening. But I do know that our thing now is we have to pick which of the holes you want to jump into, and then go to the far plane. Each of these actually leads to a relatively short dungeon where you travel. And I think you get some kind of reward if you clear all 5. I plan to clear all 5 because I'm doing the closest I can do to a 100%, showcasing everything in the game. But I never quite got it. None of them are that long, but they only make you finish one to get to the end game. But you have the option, of course, hopping back. Any save sphere you touch in this game allows you to hop back to this airship. So you can go through all 5, and that's what I plan to do. Pops told me to decorate that tree. That's what I'm going to do.
Are you really going in?
Actually, hang on. Okay, there's no dialogue then. I thought maybe you'd get some dialogue for that.
Are you really going in?
Sure. And that triggers a scene.
The time for invasion has come.
Oh, the Cybermen are attacking?
Spear Hunter team go with... Your friendly name... Huh? Yeah. What are we called now?
Yeah.
Does it really matter?
Oh, Riku doesn't know either.
Good point.
I love this.
Searching, flapping, neighboring, gull wings, attack!
I'm not usually a big one for, like, there's some, JRPG, in quotes, humor. That's like, oh, it's zany, these characters are so zany, haha, and, like, pointing out how funny it is. But I do like friendly, searching, neighboring gullwings attack. There's so much god-awful humor in JRPGs that, like, JRPG nerds just manage to like somehow. But, no, I do enjoy friendly, neighboring, gullwing, whatever even. I don't even know what he said now, but let's move on.
Whoa, such passion.
Yep, bitch.
Seriously. I'm so moved. At any rate, let's go.
So Yuna's, like, excited by Brother's enthusiasm.
Let's do it.
Let's fall in love.
Hey, none of this last mission business. You hear?
For me, it probably will be.
I am going to die.
Be careful.
I'll be fine. We're just going to talk after all.
And Brother's like, hey, come over here, give me a hug, Shinra.
Save the huggies for your triumphant return. Yes! Hug, hug, hug! Hug, hug, hug!
Hey, look what the boys thought of.
That's right!
New sex position. No, wait.
Go, go, go! Go, wings!
Yeah, I don't get this. But I love Yuna's enthusiasm.
Let's rock.
And I don't know what to make of that little moment either. So, the Gullwing Boys, which is their official name because they show up as a group you can fight in the Creature Creator game. I'm pausing again, I'm sorry. So the Gullwing Boys thought up this thing that involves the 3 of them standing together and doing this kind of choreographed bird flapping dance like you'd see as part of a cheerleading routine. And Pain looks mildly annoyed because she always does. I wasn't noticing Riku. Yuna's enthusiasm for this is like, she's so excited that they're doing this. And then the Gullwing girls / the actual Gullwings that are, the real fucking Gullwings. Give me a break, the Gullwing guys. They start doing their own little cheerleading routine, and I can't decide if, oh, it's great, look how much they enjoy what the boys thought up, or if it's, you fucking bitches, don't steal their thunder. They worked hard on their cheerleading routine. How dare you one-up them? Anyway, now on to traveling to the afterlife to save the world. This doesn't seem like a good plan. Couldn't they even get like a rope and pulley to lower themselves down? Nope. Guess they just have really, really good shock absorbing boots. So, it occurs to me, I got the charm bangle equipped on brother here. So, we won't actually get any kind of feel for what the end game is supposed to be like if you keep it equipped. But in fact, it is not at all mandatory that you encounter any enemies here, except, well, I won't spoil it, but there will be some battles that you don't just get to avoid. And this is the road to the far plane. And we will be encountering exclusively enemies that we already fought in the Vio Infinito. Well, I don't know if we fought you guys in the Vio Infinito because I don't have to oversoul you. But without, other than like Ribbon and Haste, I was still able to like crush those guys pretty easily, so that may be how this is gonna go. At level 99, it's, you know, fair enough. Most regular enemies aren't gonna give you too much trouble. Wow. Although I was expecting maybe a little more fight than this. Big part of this is figuring out which platforms to jump to. This seems like an unusually large platform. What? Oh, I guess we never did fight you because your temple was gone. Oh, whatever. Just suck it up and deal with it, Yuna. Get somebody to be a blue mage so we can scan it and see what they have to say. Oh, we stole a snow ring. Don't know that it matters at this point, you know? $14,800 hit points, 9,999 magic points. Not immune to the breaks. That's kind of surprising, but Shiva is an Aeon that once fought alongside Yuna. And there you can check her out. Isn't she great, folks? Look at all this. Look at all this spinning that we can do. We can get the upskirt, even though she's not wearing. I guess she's wearing a half skirt. We can get the close-up of the dreads. It's pretty awesome. I guess Yuna can... Oh, Heavenly Strike. Oh, that is actually kind of nasty. Maybe we better start taking this seriously. Well, we can do the old Heaven's Cataract. That decreases some stats, I think. Well, let's get... Whoa! Unless I'm crazy, I think what's happening is that she keeps having their hit points, but never mind, it's over. Yeah, I think it was wise not to give Yuna, like, break damage limit and Iron Duke and shit, because she probably could have one-shotted that boss. But, as you may have gathered, we might have more than that boss to deal with before this is all said and done. I'm not going to bother to save. Fuck it, I'll save. Just in case. I don't think we'll be going back to Act 4 or whatever the hell this save is. So, essentially you can see we're following a path kind of leading downwards into the far plane. Scoring mega potions as we go. And you can kind of get a feel for how much further you have to go. Yeah! Ha! You know, it's kind of fun. I don't know. My definition of fun might be a bit weird. But seeing them actually in the costumes that we see them in all the story scenes works for me. It's kind of what you think of them as looking like. All the other dress fears, just this mental disconnect I have when, especially when you see Yuna walking around looking like this on the map screen. What could be next? Well, we do know. If you're paying attention, you know which Aeons we haven't fought. I was a little surprised my first time through these were not the final ones we fought, because they were the most dangerous as Dark Aeons in Final Fantasy X International, although in fairness I didn't fight the Final Fantasy X International Dark Aeons until after I had actually dealt with these guys. This one I remember as being one of the tougher ones. Not so Mighty Guard. Maybe we will dispel that. Yeah, because Pasado can be pretty nasty. Blue Bullet. Let's do White Wind. I didn't really notice if I stole anything from Mindy, unfortunately. If it's Yuna again, Yuna's gonna die. Oh no, maybe not. I guess it does another one of these things that's like a percentage of your current hit points. Nothing to steal. Okay, so stop stealing from Mindy. Don't do that to Yuna, or Yuna probably will. I guess she doesn't kill you with that. Whatever, White Wind better give us some points. Pain in the butt spell. I hate Demi. Oh, we got Potpourri. So once I do start attacking everyone, we'll be in good shape, I guess. Alright, so we stole from everybody now. I can actually start scanning them. This is Mindy, an Aeon that once fought alongside Yuna. Oh, you can't do breaks on them, so I won't waste time with that. Doesn't look like it's going to be worth it to scan the others. I think we're going to get that same description with everyone. Suppose I could do Delay Buster on her. Suppose I could do Heaven's Cat. What does that do again? Lowers defense and magic defense. That's what I thought. So you know what? Oh, miss? That's a surprise. Oh, Heaven's Cataract isn't gonna, well, it'll damage them, but it won't do the breaks. Should have realized that. They appear to have really high evade. Yeah, it looks like the evade is really high on these guys, so, oh, never mind, it's not worth healing from. Let's get you back to being a gunner so you can, actually hit Mindy. Yeah, their nastiest thing they do is their triple, but it doesn't look like they're doing it. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Took her out and had some shots left over. So now they're likely to try to use a life spell on the one that just went down. And actually, it looks like we're slaughtering them now that I'm actually attacking. Okay, see, they weren't really doing that much damage when I was just fucking around stealing from them and whatnot. And then I do remember that if you come into this battle and your levels in like the, you know, you're not up in like the crazy maxed out levels like I'm at. I think I underestimated how strong these guys would be. I figured even at level 99 you'd need to like suit up, but I'm not doing any stuff to modify stats and they're pretty much killing it. She will be the most difficult to kill, Cindy. I didn't bother to bring down her shell and protect. But there you go. You don't need it. We're good to go. We never saw the Delta attack. Kind of figured we gave them quite a few turns of not really attacking them before deciding to bring it. But, you know, it is what it is. This is the side effect of playing through and showing off all the super bosses. That unless you did like I did in Final Fantasy X, where I had no intentions of replaying through the game, so I kept a separate save file where I didn't do crazy min-maxing. See, look, you can hop all the way back up here. To what end? Why would I come back? I guess I was looking for a save spot because I want to call it video. And I was hoping I could get my MPs and stuff back. Well, I'm not going to backtrack that far to figure that shit out. Ah, an enchanted one. That takes me someplace I probably didn't want to go. I guess if I really want a save spot, I'm backtracking all the way to where we fought Shiva. Which isn't that far. So I was about to say, if the enemies don't get more interesting, I'm going to put Charm Bangle back on. Oh, yeah, these guys are immune, it would appear, to physical. And that is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. When I steal HP from them, is that considered physical? Stealing HP is not physical. What about... Yeah, these guys are going to be more dangerous than the bosses. Okay, so Flame Tongue and stuff doesn't work. Thanatos Emblem. It's a neat name for an attack. It looks pretty cool. And it did a lot of damage. Riku's in trouble. She can't bring Yuna back. Yeah. So that's interesting. We defeated all the bosses with no difficulty. And got a full party wipe by regular enemies because they're immune to physical damage, and the Gunner, Thief, and Warrior are actually pretty shit when it comes to dealing magic damage. So I was not expecting that, but I'm not really going to get too worked up about it either, because I just had been talking about how, wow, it's kind of boring. I didn't think it would be this easy. Apparently, got a little overconfident there, or just didn't do a very good job of preparing for this particular group. So I will not. I will come back and I will off-screen beat the sisters again. I don't think I'll bother to steal from them. I don't think we've got anything really worth the. What the hell? Maybe I don't know. But either way, when we come back, folks. I am half tempted to just make sure to try to run into this party again and just pick up from there for a little vengeance. But if I can't beat them using the Thief, the Warrior, and if I can't beat them using the same setup, it won't really be that satisfying anyway. But whatever. When we come back next time, folks, we'll pick up pretty much where we left off. having bulldozed over 2 bosses with no difficulty and been wiped by a regular random mob party. See you guys next time.